here. So I believe we should be live here in a second. Let's see. Rolling out. Okay. All right. I believe that we are live and we're rolling out there to everyone. Let me know if the sound, camera, all that kind of stuff is coming in loud and clear to all the people out there. You are joining us on, I can't say Utreon anymore because apparently it has changed. The name has changed to Playeur. I don't know if Patrick has even noticed this yet.
Really?
But the name has changed to Playeur. So that,
why did they do that?
I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. I got a message from them because we just asked them what's up with it. So we'll get into that here in a second. It's Playeur like voyeur. So there you go. But we're doing this on Playeur that I have to get used to so that we can hold guns. YouTube does not allow us to hold guns while we're live. So in order to hold the shooters, you got to be on the Playeur. I don't know. I got to somehow. Jeez, that's going to be a little bit of a bell curve.
I don't know that
rough.
Who decided to rebrand? I don't know that I like it.
Yeah, I think, hold on, Lola said, let me see, hold on. Somewhere here Lola she reached out to them because I just noticed this when I was setting up the show.
Mm-hmm. I saw the link and I didn't understand what that meant.
It says, the name has changed, email notice to come tomorrow. It's just a way better name. So there you go.
Is it a way better name, though?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's time to rebrand. I think they missed that mark already.
I don't know that it's a better name. No, I don't know at all. So let's see here. Okay. Jeff is here. He's joining us. Boom.
Whoa.
He looks like freaking Mark Strong or something like that, coming in super evil with a green
That's the
Mark Strong in the Matrix.
It's the evil eyes.
Who that is, but I was going for super evil, so yes.
Okay. So there he goes. All right. So you know what? I'm totally messing up the intro. Okay. So you're joining us live on Playeur, so that we can hold guns. YouTube won't let us do it. You want to join us live? Go to Playeur/Who Moved My Freedom.
It's still Utreon.com still redirects, so you can still go to Utreon.com. It'll redirect you in.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. If you're listening to the audio later and you want to join us live, go to Utreon/Playeur and look for Who Moved My Freedom. You can also look up BabyFace P. He's on there and it's got stuff going up there. All right, that being said, let me see. Let me load everyone in here and then hit the buttons if everyone's ready and get this. I don't see any complaints. We'll get this kicked off.
Welcome back to the HankStrange situation. Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. Okay, here we go. All right, we've got everyone here. Let's get the jazz hands going so we can kick this off. There you go. Jazz hands, gentlemen. That's you too. It goes like this. You got to wiggle the fingers. Boom, there you go. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on because we are live. This is episode 982. Oh, that looks good. 982 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast is FreeForAll Monday. The title of the show, other than being FreeForAll Monday, is Has AI Already Defeated Humans? Of course, with my usual host here, BabyFace P. Walter is off today. He's traveling back.
Still.
So, yeah, I think he was in Louisiana when I spoke to him. And then joining us are Jeff and TJ of Gear Report. What's up, guys? I saw these guys at the gathering. Patrick, you missed it.
I did. Yes. I have a baby, and I wasn't about to travel to South Carolina.
So it was
maybe
good.
Next year.
Yeah, it was good seeing you guys out at the gathering. A couple of things here. So everyone in the chat, shout out to you guys. Hit those arrow ups. We need those here on Utreon. If you're listening to this on YouTube, hit the thumbs ups as well. We need that. We are putting more content up on Who Moved My Freedom podcast on YouTube. So my son is now officially editing for the HankStrange situation. So he's getting more. There's more snippets going up, more shorts, and all that kind of stuff. He's doing stuff for YouTube/HankStrange as well. And of course, our videos go up on Playeur first. They go up, they go up there first, and then they go on YouTube. So shout out to Armored Axes, Night Train. I see Jade Grew out there, Jen Champ, and anyone else. Let me know. I'll give you a shout out. I cannot respond in the comments here on Playeur. I can't do it on my iPad, and I can't do it from my computer. So I don't know if you guys can do. I can't.
Yeah, I signed in. I can comment.
No, your comment looks like a speech bubble.
That's what I put. I put a speech bubble.
So why is my thing blocked?
I don't know, but I put a speech bubble.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so it's only me. But why would I don't know why I'm blocked. I didn't do anything. Okay, Edward of Playeur, the CEO, says there's a bug, and he's working on it.
Okay.
So there you go. So they are working on that, but I could see you guys' comments and all that. Let me see. I got to put up Mark Strong. You don't know who Mark Strong is, Jeff? Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. I just want you to see.
I live under a rather robust.
Mark Strong.
Yeah, he's sheltered.
You've never seen this dude?
Never in my life.
He looks like an actor.
He's an actor. He was in Sherlock Holmes, the first one. Never saw him?
Yeah, I see that. I recognize.
Always plays a bad guy.
There you go, Jeff.
Yeah, come on. I'm not messing with Jeff. Look at Jeff.
Did he die?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't die.
See, Jeff, wrong path, dude. You could have been famous like him if you were just.
Look at that.
Dude, I'm telling you.
That is
a spitting image. Holy
that
crap.
is
for a long time. I should be a villain in movies.
That is your doppelganger, dude.
Yeah, stunt double, dude. There you go.
Yeah.
Except that dude's British, so he's got you beat there. He could kick that British accent, and everyone thinks he's sexy and smart and everything.
Well, my teeth are kind of messed up. That counts, right?
Yeah, not as bad as his, bro.
Yeah,
he's got British teeth. You got to all the British, the people in England, I love you.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, he's a great actor. I actually like him. Always plays a good bad guy.
Well, good to hear. All right.
A good bad guy.
Yes. So let's start this out here. Since the Gear Report guys are our guests, what's up with you guys?
Oh, everything's
dream,
man. It's nonstop, absolutely nonstop. So, do you mind if I get a little? I don't want to go full self-promotional, but if I just kind of get a little background on what Gear Report,
jump in, let the people know.
Gear Report is very cryptic, right? It's we report on gear, and it can be any kind of gear. It used to be just outdoor gear, but now we have like a bunch of different channels on the video platforms. We got a camping gear report, guitar gear report.
I was just about to say that shit.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's Guitar Report now.
Yeah, we've got Humvee Gear Report for military vehicles. What else? I feel like I'm missing something there. I'm sure I missed something.
Do you have any paraphernalia for Sexual Escapades Report?
Nothing public.
You're missing out, man. You could be on OnlyFans just rocking it right now.
I'll take care of that end, Jeff.
If I could be on OnlyFans rocking it right now, I wouldn't be here. So.
Dildo Report or something like that. Is it too early, Patrick? Is that why you're looking at me like that? Is it too early?
I don't know that that's quite my speed, but you know.
You want to get into this. You want to get into it early. You could do prosthetics report. For any aspiring people who want to get contracts with Bud Light. You want to be promoted by Bud Light.
Be cool with
get some prosthetics so you can switch.
Fairville to sponsor us. That'd be awesome.
You can transform.
I'm uncomfortable with the direction this is going.
Somebody's got to take one for the team, Jeff. It's not going to be me.
Patrick doesn't know if you're kidding or not. And
I really, you don't use the phrase "take one for the team" when we're having this discussion because
I did. You're gonna take more. You're gonna take more than one for the team.
That's not what I heard about the Gear Report, guys. To be honest with you, that's not what I heard.
Listen, I keep hearing people say $20 is $20, but I got to draw a line. Where? I don't even know, but I'm sure we need to draw a line.
Draw it behind you.
Preferably more than 6 inches away.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I'm gonna chill out before Lola starts texting me. Let me see. She probably already texted me. Yeah, we've known each other for some time. Oh, what you got here? Yeah, let's jump right into guns, man. That's awesome.
Listen, this isn't about showing off the gun as much as it is just that we're allowed to. That, we've been on the YouTubes and under the restrictions for so long that I will periodically hold a gun up during this program just because I can.
Yes, brother.
Every time I do it. I'm just exercising a little bit of freedom because you have set that up so that we can do that.
Yes, and anyone who wants to throw guns in the air can throw them, and then people can have their... Oh, watch. I'm going to throw a controversial one up.
Here we go.
Look at that. Oh,
I like
look
that
at
one.
that. There's a lot of sexy in this. This is Patrick's favorite gun.
Yeah,
This is what I'm holding.
Top
12 kinds of
top
funky
tier.
right there.
Do you,
like a
Jeff,
little
why are you
baby.
looking like that? Do you know what this is?
No, I will. We already established I live under a pretty big rock, so.
It is
Go ahead. Go.
routinely considered the worst firearm to ever be produced. And I'm not being
Right behind
facetious.
the
It is
right behind the
considered worst
Altor.
gun
Behind what?
ever. Yes.
Worse than the Altor?
What the
It
alt?
doesn't actually work. So yes, probably. What's the
Yeah.
Altor? ALT?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up the
Oh,
Altor.
look,
It
you
uses
look at the Altor.
Ruger 1022 magazines.
Oh
Whoa.
no! See, the Altor is a turd of a gun, but it functions.
Right.
It's a very
Wait, hold
simple.
on.
It functions.
I have not caught
The
up
Zip
yet.
22 does not work.
Gun.
It doesn't.
Okay.
It
All right, so that's the difference. That's the defining factor.
worst
It
gun
looks like-
ever made.
Oh, okay.
It appears to have
I have seen
more
these
money
before.
than an Altor.
This looks like a lighter or something you use to start your barbecue.
Yeah,
It does, doesn't it?
You can
What the-
once.
Wow.
yeah. Put a hole in the bottom of the barbecue.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. I gotta get one of those now.
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The
And then
Altor is a
once you
single
fire the
shot.
one round, they're heavy, so you can throw them pretty
Just
good.
throw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I
That's
bet the Zip would throw pretty good.
It's kind of light. It's all
It's
polymer.
Mm.
You know, you have a high chance of shooting yourself because this is where the cocking handle is,
Oh my goodness.
and it's a
If
bullpup,
you
which is awesome. I collect bullpups.
I like that. I do
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
If you lit it on fire before you threw it, it may do some damage.
Oh yes, without a doubt. Now
Melted
this
flat.
this gun is famous because this gun came out and put the company out of business. And I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you, as a gun guy,
I-
any kind of collector, if a gun
Oh, you gotta
comes,
have one.
whatever it is you collect, guitars, I'm sure Jeff will tell us, if a guitar comes out and puts the company out of business, you buy it. Go, Patrick. You was trying to say something.
No, I want one just because it's considered to be so bad. I would love to have one.
Yeah. Has Gear Report done a video on this or no? I'm guessing. You got a bunch of guys.
I'm gonna say no. I have not.
Okay.
I know I haven't.
We don't have anyone who really does 3D printing stuff yet, which is a shame. We really need to do that.
Oh no,
This
you
is
can
not-
buy that, dude.
Yeah, this was not 3D printed. This was an actual gun put out.
Mounts
By a
on-
company.
That's even-
mounts on your
even worse than I expected.
mounts on your handguard under your
Yeah.
under your
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, this came out from USFA. Do you? I don't remember that company. I think they went out of business by the time I got into these guns. Okay, I don't know if we could see it. Actually, here, let me do this. I'm gonna go to my phone camera, and that way I could get a close up on it. But yeah, this was put out by a legit company. The diehard gun guys out there who've been out for a while will tell us exactly like what else this company
It
made.
was
Maybe
a
this is the
really
only-
cool idea that was horribly executed. It just doesn't work at all.
So there we go. The Zip 22. It has a Picatinny rail. And by the way, you can attach this to a gun. You can
Master key. You can master key it under a
you
barrel.
can, yes, ARs, right, Patrick?
maybe-
Yeah, I think so. ARs, yeah. Yep. Yep. This gun was before its time.
That's funny. I've seen a couple at the pawn shop down the road from me, and I'm always like, eh.
Oh,
If
dude,
you,
buy
if
it.
you ever see it, you should pick one up. just
Now
'cause
I know.
it's-
Now I'm gonna have to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy it. If you see two, buy two. Honestly, I'm sure
I'll
Patrick
pick one
will
up,
be.
and then that way, if I don't want it, Patrick will take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them several times.
I would love to have it.
I thought they were still. I thought they were still in business because I've seen them like quite often.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, it quite literally put them out of business.
Yeah. Do you guys know any other companies that went out of business because of a gun they made?
Cobra?
Oh yeah.
Cobra went out of business?
Cobra went out. Well, no, I think they're still around, but they made the street sweep, not the street sweeper, the Lady Defender and the Terminator or something like that. Those old shotguns from
that's
the 80s.
The Boombox or something like that. Yeah, one that everyone was like, that's racist.
Trying to think of that. There was that. God, I forget the name of it, and it's. It was a really
Lola
nice
says the Hudson. Lola says the Hudson.
The Hudson. That was it. The Hudson.
Yeah.
We were at SHOT Show, and we were at Range Day.
Oh, here we go. Patrick is up on that one.
There was more of them broken than there were on the firing line.
Yeah. You know what's funny? This I shouldn't say anything. Knock on wood. This thing has never broken on me, and it shoots.
If it does, you're in big trouble. You're gonna manufacture your own parts.
Yeah, you're gonna make your own parts.
But no, I love this thing. It's so much fun to shoot.
Yeah, a bunch of guys a bunch of guys sent those in for repair, right when the company went out of business.
Never came back.
Yeah. Oh, there's another company. What's the name of I have the gun, the Glock that folds. I have one.
Oh, I don't remember what they were called.
Oh, what the hell is the Glock that folds? Damn it! I always carry one with me. I don't have it right here.
Something conceal.
Damn it!
Can't remember.
Clearly,
it's a Glock.
Clearly, their marketing department let them down. If you can't remember the name.
Yeah, full conceal. Is it full conceal?
Full conceal. That's it.
Full conceal. The full conceal.
They went
the
under too,
Glock. Yeah, they went under. Lola said I very rudely cut off Jeff because he was explaining everything about Gear Report.
Right.
So,
if it was important, I would have kept talking.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember where we were.
Yeah.
You were explaining, the inner workings of Gear Report, what we did.
The summary of Gear Report is we cover lots of different things, mostly outdoor stuff, some indoor stuff with the guitars. We've got, 65 or so writers, probably a dozen of which contribute regularly, and a bunch that maybe do something once or twice a year with us. And we do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. By the way, big shout out to Edward Brower, the CEO of Voyeur. No, it's not Voyeur. It's Playeur.
Voyeur, wow.
Damn it! Now he's mad. We're gonna get cut off. We're gonna get shout out to him. He's out there. Asper Warrior says it's a party. If you mount, I guess he's talking about the zip gun. If you mount it to your handguard, ATF says you manufactured an SBR. Is that true? No.
I have no idea. I wonder. I don't know how that works. Would not put it past the ATF to try to kill your dog putting that underneath your gun, even though it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's okay. We probably would have to look into that.
Pretty much really expensive angled foregrip.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it's good for.
Well, it kind of reminds me. Remember, there was that gun at SHOT Show that was also a bullpup, but it was like a shotgun with a big cylinder.
Cry Precision. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was meant to also be attached to an AR, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to master key under a rifle.
Yeah. So, okay, Edward Brower's laughing. He likes the joke, thankfully. I hope that's what that means. And he says the bug workaround is select an emoji first, delete it, and type. That's the bug workaround to why I can't comment. Okay, let me see. So how does that work? Select an emoji,
live,
delete. Oh, and then type. Oh, look. I don't know if you guys can see the chat. Can you guys see the chat?
That's what I'm looking at. Let's see.
So in the link I sent you to share. We don't. It's not in our internal chat. I sent you a link to share with fans so they can watch in your emails. If you open that separately, so if you can, I don't know, TJ, you might not be able to.
In there, second line, it says Playeur, and that'll take you to the.
Yeah, it says Playeur.
I don't know. I'll open it up on my other screen. Here.
Yeah, I'm not only a player. I'm the player president. Okay, no, that doesn't come out good. It's not. See, it's not as good as Biggie. It's not a player. I'm the player president. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Go the second one.
Yeah. So that you guys should be able to see the chat there. You could even break it out into its own thing, I think, depending on how you do it.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Yeah. So
I got a couple screens going. I'm getting high tech.
Yeah. So
if I ever have any problems with them, I'm done because I have no idea after that.
Oh, are you guys on Mac or PC?
I'm on PC.
Yeah, it looks like Jeff said PC. I didn't hear his audio though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so before we go to the next segment here, did you guys see anything cool out at the gathering? What was your most fun thing at the gathering?
I mean, I was excited. I got to actually shoot the MD-15 light from Maxim. That was because I saw it at SHOT Show, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have them up and running here shortly." And and they didn't have a range day, so then I actually got to shoot it, and it shot well. That trigger's sick. Whatever manufacturer they have on that trigger.
Maxim MD-15 light.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to fire that, and then there's some little stuff. The MC9 from Canic. I get to lay hands on that. Actually shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
But there wasn't a lot. I mean, I didn't see anything like new, groundbreaking. Like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb was pretty pumped at SIG. Was it the Spear? Is that what he shot there? That he was all excited about? Hey man!
Oh, is that the new SIG that's got the military contract?
Oh, the 10 millimeter?
Yeah. No. The Spear it's the rifle that.
Oh, okay.
It's in their new proprietary caliber.
Yeah.
Say that
I was
again.
excited about it.
Say that again, Jeff.
They were shooting it off the Connex, off the top of it.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, we kind of. Yep.
Okay.
I was excited to. I keep hearing people talk about the pre-Armory amp, and I was excited to go look at it just to find out that another company bought the rights to that. They didn't even have any there, so I was looking forward to shooting that one. It wasn't there. But also, TJ mentioned a Maxim. Maxim Defense has the PDX SD, which has the can on the end. I've got a Maxim PDX in 300 blackout, and they damn near weld that hate brake on the end of it. So they torque it so that your average person has trouble getting it off on purpose because they don't want users screwing up what they built. So. I got to shoot the PDX SD that has the can on it. I was pretty excited about that. So.
Oh, okay, cool. We're about to take a quick break here. We'll be back. Maybe we'll find out what's up with Patrick when we get back here. So you guys just sit right there. We'll be right back.
Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms.
So just so we can make sure we get that out there, we always do it on FreeForAll Monday. Patrick, what was up with you? What was up at the weekend? Well, hold on. My psychic powers are telling me you changed baby diapers and fed a baby. A baby was crying.
No, Marley, we were in South Florida all weekend, so Marley did most of the work. So I didn't do that.
Oh, okay.
But no, we went to go see her dad, and then the office that I should work out of if I were local, is down in South Florida as well. So we went down Thursday night. I drove down to West Palm and actually got to visit my coworkers for the first time, which is cool. Mm-hmm. And then we stayed the weekend with her dad and got to do a bunch of stuff. It was fun. It was a good time. We had a good time.
Were your coworkers weird? Were they weird?
No, really nice guys. Good group of guys to meet. Because you always every now and then you'll meet coworkers and be like, I don't really like that person. None of them.
I'm glad
It's a small kind of family company. It was good. It was all of them were really cool.
Okay. All right. Shout out. I see Bradley Oliver is out there shouting us out too. Shout out to him. No, that's cool. Yeah, I'm guessing the Gear Report guys, everyone works from home, right? Unless you guys are out on the road. Yeah.
Exactly.
Jeff,
Yeah.
Jeff does.
Oh, just okay. TJ doesn't work. Am I missing the?
I do. I work the Gear Report stuff. I do here. I do. I do some construction stuff. Yeah, I do some construction stuff that pays the bills.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm out and about.
Yeah.
But no employees because it's Florida. Those guys don't like to work sometimes.
Oh yeah, Florida. I love Florida so much. By the way, I don't know. Is Jeff's not in Florida, right?
Nope.
No.
Sadly, I'm not.
Yeah. Where are you? Can you tell us where you're at, Jeff?
Yeah, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. It's not bad. That's not. Yeah.
Not as good as it was a few years ago, but we're still kind of hanging on.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. Florida kind of backslid a little bit from the Gunshine State, and then it's maybe I think because of DeSantis and he's running for office, we're kind of getting some stuff that we lost back. But in general, I think Florida is a good state. I really love Florida, except I agree with what TJ just said. Sometimes it is really tough to get people to do it.
It's that's the problem with living when people are like, it's too nice to work today. I'm going to the beach. Fishing's good today. I'm gonna go fishing. It's one of the. It's like,
yeah,
I don't need to work today. It's fine.
I live in the country, and sometimes we have jobs that we need someone with big machinery or whatever to do, and people are like, I just don't feel like it.
Right, exactly. or they're booked like months out, and you're like, all right, I got you on the schedule, and then they're like, nah, something came up.
Yeah, the flip side of that is if you were in New York, people would take it, and then it would take forever to get that job done, and you would pay an arm and a leg.
Oh, yeah.
In Florida, you just deal with it and like, okay, I'll just wait until they feel like it.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll get that thing done, yeah. Or I'll just do it myself.
That's what I end up doing. Do it all myself.
Yeah, so let's see. Other stuff. And by the way, I realized that, and I completely forgot about this. Something is sneaking up. Oh, wait, what is sneaking up here?
Oh,
Patrick.
Beautiful gun.
I had to go old school on you guys.
That is so old school that I see flip sights. Let's see the front of it.
Oh yeah.
Let's see the. Oh, there's no bayonet lug either. That is very old school.
It is. Yep.
That's from right over where I'm at.
So just say what we're looking at here. So for the people listening on audio.
Yep.
Well, we can call it M1 carbine or M1 carbine. I honestly don't have an opinion on which is the right way to say it, but this is.
Are we gonna have to look this up now?
No, this is an old one.
What language is it from? What language is the word car? I don't know how people say it either. I say carbine.
I say carbine.
Yeah. I say carbine. Yeah.
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 I say it, and then someone gets an attitude with me every now and then. I'm like, carbine. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I give the disclaimer. Call it whatever you want. But anyhow, I love this little rifle. I wish that I had a paratrooper. This has got the wood stock on the back. The paratrooper's got the wire stock that folds. And I got a couple of these now, and I no longer have the paratrooper, and that hurts me. Every time I look in the gun room and I'm like, oh, there's that empty spot where the paratrooper was. Why did I let that go?
Did you sell it? You needed the money, or you traded it for something you thought was better? How did that?
Someone I think I'd posted an article about it or something, and someone just hit me up with an offer, and they caught me at a weak moment. Really, it's not like I was dying for the money, but
the numbers high enough.
Where I was like, yeah, okay. And then as soon as it shipped, I was like, what have I done? Yeah. Oh, that was a hard day.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how it goes sometimes. Although I'm like this, if I do a video on something and people are like, oh my god, I was always been looking for one of those, I'll buy it from you, then I'm definitely, I'm never selling this gun.
Right. Yeah.
Never getting sold.
High demand, I'm keeping it.
Yeah. I know that the NRA show happened.
Yeah, that was this week.
Yeah, that was this week. Was anyone from Gear Report out there? Are you guys covering it?
No,
We had a number of people there.
Mhm.
We've got a really big, expansive team. No one who only does Gear Report was there. We work with a lot of other people who have YouTube channels, but maybe they don't do long form written stuff. So they'll publish their written stuff on Gear Report and then the videos on their channels typically. So we had a number of people there who are part of the Gear Report family, but I had some family stuff come up. I wasn't able to make it, and TJ wasn't either. So,
I know.
which I'll be honest with you, last time I did NRA was 2016, and shortly after that, the NRA made more of their bonehead decisions on how they wanted to move forward with their, lack of concern about protecting the Second Amendment. And I said, you know what? I don't know that I really want to be associated with them. So
I'm with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with that. I didn't realize it was happening until I started seeing stuff pop up on IG, and because I don't think I don't know when's the last time I went. I'm trying to think. I think I stopped going in like 2018 or 2019, something like that too.
Yeah, as a creator, that's been a better show. I only went one time back in 2016, and it was better than SHOT Show for me as far as making deals, working out, how we're going to work together with brands. Brands are too crazy at SHOT Show. By the time NRA gets here, they seem to have their marketing stuff fleshed out a little better, and we had better luck then. But family-wise, it didn't work out this year, and that happens every year. It's like, if I really wanted to be there, I'd have figured out how to be there.
Yeah.
But I didn't care enough,
Yeah, go for it, TJ.
I just said those darn kids. They'll ruin your plans all the time.
Yeah. I agree with what Jeff was saying, though. I just don't go to it anymore. Yep. SHOT Show, I'm not a fan of. Just it's real crazy expensive to get out to Vegas, and and then I wind up always going to Vegas at the end of November, and that cures me of any desire. So I go to the last time I was in Vegas was last year. I went for a SEMA show, and I literally was there one day and I left, and I was glad I went because Lola and I were doing some stuff with the people from Seasucker, which is a company that makes these vacuum suction mounts that I think are awesome. You guys should look into them on Gear Report. They make it they're in the marine world, and then they started making stuff for bicycles. So when you see a lot of electric cars with glass roofs have their stuff, because you don't have to drill holes or anything like that to mount Seasucker stuff. And then I met them last year at SEMA Show. They were in the overlanding section, which I know you guys do that as well. Yeah. So they're making a lot of, you can actually suction mount gear to your Jeep and all that. I'll try to find pictures here that I could show you guys, but some of it is under an embargo for what I did. But I was out with them this weekend, and I realized, oh shit, the NRA is going on. Then I was like, who cares? I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. We were like, I was planning because my plane ticket was so cheap, and I was like, then I got food and booze.
It was in Indiana this year, right?
Yeah.
Go for it. Go, Patrick.
No, that's that. The traveling gets real expensive real quick, especially for us. We got a youngin, and it's hard for me to scrounge up money to travel. And I'm like, we could do something together instead.
Yeah, my kids are older, but it's just still, it's I start thinking about the the meals and then all the booze I'm going to drink, and I'm like, man, that's going to be pricey. I could just stay here and work and feel better. Yeah, Jeff's like, very pricey.
Very pricey.
But I think like you said, like Jeff said, though, the better show is NRA. For me, it was a better show because you get to meet the actual folks out there, like people who watch and listen to this podcast. You get to meet them and hang out with them. But I hate the fact that I'm giving any kind of props to NRA. I just don't. The NRA just not the organization, not the people in it, but the organization. I just don't like them. I don't think they're good for the Second Amendment community, to be honest with you. I think they're more about themselves than anything.
No, someone was telling me a few days ago, because I was just saying that, and I agree with you generally, and I wish I could remember who it was. Just within the last week, I was saying, yeah, not too enthused about the NRA show because of the NRA's history of capitulation and even supporting gun control measures. And they said, well, I get that, but you realize that they're funding half of the FPC's suit against the pistol brace rule right now. And I was like, wait a second, they're what? So I don't know. Maybe all of us very vocally calling them out the past couple of years is starting to have an impact. I don't know. I hate to throw the whole organization out and say that they're all trash, because they've got some they've had some leadership that has taken strategic approaches that I think helped our opposition more than they helped us. But that doesn't mean that there aren't still people there trying to do good things.
You know, of course, I think there is that, and we need a bunch of different organizations.
Yes.
And there are different organizations out there, and it doesn't mean because I don't support them, I don't, you know, for example, I heavily support Gun Owners of America, GOA, right. And, you know, but I think that everyone has the right out there to support whoever they want to. For me, I also don't like the mismanagement part of the money that the NRA was getting and what they did with it.
Yeah.
So I just have an issue with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, because I think they were just really about themselves. They should have moved out of New York a long time ago. You know, they overstayed their welcome in New York probably by about 100 years. You know, and I don't want to say that the NRA never did anything good or anything like that, because that's not true. Of course, they've done a lot of good things. So, yeah, it's just weird to be in that position, because I feel, how do you go to the show and then not support the NRA, which I know there's people who went to the show that aren't happy with what the NRA is doing, but if you're there, then, you know, it's just like one of those things. So,
yeah, I mean, you could make an argument that if you want to have a voice and you want to help change things, you kind of have to show up. I get that. And it's not that I won't go, it's that it just happens to hit at a time of year that doesn't work for my personal schedule. And if I really wanted to be there, I could have figured out how to be there, but given how I feel about the NRA in general, it wasn't worth the effort to try to get there.
Yeah. But so anyone here, Patrick, TJ, Jeff, anyone here of any new guns that got announced there? I know one.
I don't know anybody actually announces it.
One from EAA. Was it EAA?
Oh, they had something new?
What did
that
EAA
one where that barrel flips up? Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I heard someone.
They're right here in Cocoa. So
yeah.
Hold on.
I thought I heard that wasn't actually as new as, like, they said it was going to be an announcement, but they'd actually announced it before. So I don't know.
That's the first time. I mean, I saw it.
Do you know what it's called?
Instagram. Oh, I don't know. Ghost just put a little video out on it just a little while ago.
Okay, I would have to look for that. The one that is coming.
Oh,
what is it?
Oh, weird. Okay, so it's sorry, it's what is it?
Jeff won't like it because it's 380.
It's 380. That's the weirdest thing. Flip up 380.
It's like Jeff.
It's not a tilt up barrel. 380 tilt up barrel.
Yeah, it's like a Beretta Bobcat.
Instead of racking the slide, you.
Oh, yeah, that is interesting.
So Beretta's been doing that for a little while. I've just never won that large. They're normally a little bit smaller than that. They're considerably smaller.
What does this mean? No slide racking required. So it's
a double action trigger.
Yeah.
So it's a double action trigger. So what you do is you click the little button which pops the barrel up. You put your first round directly into the chamber, click the barrel back down, and then when you pull the double action trigger, it will strike the first round, and then it's semi-automatic. Go for all the other rounds on single action.
Yeah, and there's a spot under the mag that will hold your first round. So you could just if you have your mag, you can just shove that in and then put the mag in.
That's cool.
And one of the options.
It's interesting.
So
it's interesting.
It was interesting.
It's interesting.
It has a case maybe in places to me. I think you were saying that it's for people who have problems racking slides. Or maybe for some place that's one of those super bang gunning places or something like that. Maybe that, but that, I don't know. Every gun, I'm not going to be the guy to go, oh, this is a horrible gun. I think the only gun that I really don't like is that smart gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's horrible guns out there. I would still buy them. But you know what? I probably would buy a smart gun now we talk about it. Because I've had guys come on the show, and those original old school smart guns they bought. Just because it's a gun, and they want to show like how stupid of an idea this is. Because those original smart guns, remember, you had to have a bracelet or something on.
Yeah, it's a weird watch thing.
In order for the thing to...
And they didn't work most of the time. All right, I wouldn't say most of the time,
but they are a stupid idea. Yeah. So this, I don't know. I can't put this in the category of like, it's in the mutant league of categories.
Right, exactly. It's definitely different, but there's people are just trying to figure out different ways to solve problems. I mean, it's you don't. They said it's really easy for like a lady or somebody who has arthritic issues where they can just click done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, So Beretta's been doing it with the Bobcat and the Tomcat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a new idea, but it's cool to see it in 380, and it's in a larger grip because the Tomcat and the Bobcat are tiny little guns. So it's cool. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I like to lay hands on it and see what happens.
Jeff is very quiet.
Then I can make a decision. Jeff hates it because it's struggling. Anything 380, he's.
I'm struggling because Patrick seems like a genuinely nice guy, but he just said he likes it because it's in 380, and I'm like, what?
No. I didn't say I like it in 380. I said I like the concept. Personally, I like the 32 better. I think the little Tomcat in 32 is more up my alley. Especially with the suppressor. You get a Tomcat with the flip-up barrel and a threaded barrel on the end. I'm on board with that. Suppress 32 is where it's at.
Yeah. Asper Warrior says the tip-up is a fantastic option for someone with hand strength issues or for pocketing in underground poker games when you time travel to 1971. And he says, I wish it was threaded.
A couple times.
Yeah. 380 technology's gotten better. Come on now, Jeff.
No.
So I won't be doing the review on
will always
one as
be
far as
380.
Jeff knows.
But, it'll never be the Lord's caliber, which is 9mm, by the way.
Oh, okay. God bless you. Amen, my son. Hallelujah. That is, someone will say, not 10mm, maybe 5.7.
Well,
the Lord saith that if 5.7 cometh, it be the Messiah.
Right.
You got to give 10mm love, I'm saying.
5.7 cometh. It's the 5.7.
So
I like 5.7 as well, though. But
5.7 is awesome.
Together, Patrick, come on, speak up for 5.7.
Yeah,
5.7. I enjoy a 5.7. I do enjoy a 5.7. I think
there you go.
I hate to say it, I'm not an originalist. I think some of the newer 5.7s have a better feel. I got small hands, and the FN has a pretty big, beefy grip.
Yeah.
I think the newer 5.7s coming out feel a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Yes. 5.7 is awesome. And please, people make more guns for it and more ammo, please.
Exactly. Everybody make a 5.7.
Yeah. But the 9mm is the Lord's caliber. I do agree with Jeff on that. Can anyone want to argue that? Before we got 5 seconds.
We go to our show and everybody argue it.
Yes,
we'll be right back. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point.
Okay, should we give voice to the voiceless? Should we let the people who are chiming in now about calibers?
Yeah, I saw a bunch of them in there. I was like, we get some of those. I haven't seen any of the 40 cal people yet. But I'm excited about that.
I don't understand how they're typing the comments, though. I mean, don't they have both hands on their walker?
Yeah.
I'm seeing the 45 AARP comments out here. Excuse me, ACP is what they said, but you know what I mean.
Right. Nitrain says 9mm kills the body, but 45 ACP kills the soul. Aspen Warrior says 45 ACP is the Lord's caliber, 9mm is the reformist caliber, because they aren't worthy of 45 ACP. Oh, wow. And 42 Chill says 45, don't go to war if the number does not start with a 4.
All right.
Yeah. So that's, I'm sure everyone else could put whatever they want in there. Good on you. Now, speaking of calibers, here is something that recently got announced. I'm not sure if Henry was at the NRA show. I know they usually do the NRA show, but they're one of my favorite firearms companies. And they've got a revolver. Did you guys see this? Henry reveals first revolvers, 360 buckhammer rifles, and more. What? Did you guys see this?
I saw something about it. I haven't looked in detail. I've never been a big revolver guy, but that is that top picture, is that a like a rifle with a revolver cylinder in it? Is that what I'm seeing?
No, I don't think so.
It's just a handgun revolver, right?
Yeah,
they put out before too.
Yeah, they put out quite a few. I think it's just a handgun revolver. They put out a few different guns that we see here. I did not get to see them. I don't know what the hell 360 buckhammer is right now.
It looks like something that someone who likes 45 AARP would like.
Right. So
didn't we? I think it shot. Me and Jeff stopped by the booth, and that was the one where nobody was there.
Where?
Wasn't it?
Right.
At Henry. We went by the Henry booth, and there wasn't a person there. We're just like,
Henry had a booth at SHOT Show?
It was downstairs in the basement, and we sat there for who was it? I was tired or something. I was like, dude, there's no one here, but there's chairs. We're going to sit for a few minutes. So we sat, got the phones out, caught up on emails. It's like, thank you, Henry.
There must have been a discount at SHOT Show, because I know there were people dropping out. Typically, Henry doesn't do SHOT Show. They typically do NRA show. I feel they're a good company. They make really good guns, in my opinion. Yep. Yeah, I've not messed with these revolvers. We do have a couple of Henry guns here that they sent to us where we've got videos coming out with. But I think that thing of like a SHOT Show that companies weren't showing up and stuff like that was very prevalent. Because didn't Barnauls just do like a lounge instead of having a booth this year? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we had them on, and they had employees from Barnauls out at SHOT Show, but they were walking around, and instead of having a booth, which Barnauls has a big booth typically.
Oh yeah.
So instead of having a booth, they sponsored the lounge or something like that. Yeah.
We should have gone and hung out at the lounge. I honestly never even attempt to go to Barnauls because we talk to Roy whenever we need something throughout the year. We see him at events all the time. So, I mean, honestly, if he ever leaves Barnauls, I'm not going to know anyone there. I should probably make more of an effort to build some connections within that company. But, but yeah.
Yeah, Roy's awesome, man. I love Roy. Roy's my dude. But yeah, Roy was there at SHOT Show. And we actually had, because I don't go to SHOT Show, but the reason why I'm not at SHOT Show, because every year now SHOT Show happens the same time as the Tampa RV Show, which is one of the biggest in the country, and it's close to me. So when I weigh those two things out, I go, go to the RV Show and actually make some money, or go to SHOT Show and spend money
that I can drive to.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah. It's been a while since you've been there, I guess. I think the first time that we talked was at SHOT Show in 16 or 17, probably. So.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But we have someone there. So Walter's usually there, and then we have Flying Rich. So Walter and Flying Rich were running around SHOT Show, looking at booths and stuff like that while they were live, and then Patrick and I were commenting on what they were up to and what we saw, and they did run into Roy. And he confirmed that, Barnauls didn't have a thing there. So, So I'm trying to see. Now, I don't know if they did NRA show. I'm assuming they did. So
I don't know.
Yeah, let me see. Speaking of Barnauls, this is from Asper Warrior. They announced a 9mm blowback upper for AR-15 lowers today. That looks almost exactly like the Montego 9 for Matador Arms, who just released.
Like the little shorty.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I saw that. It's like their BR brand or something. It's super short AR.
Okay, let me see if I can find that on their website.
Mark, can you close the door?
But you guys haven't seen anything like that yet. You haven't seen that in person yet, right?
Not in person. Just an email.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can find
Which
it.
sometimes they come in emails and then you still never see them in person.
Right. What was it called? The
was that a shot at Palmetto?
Maybe.
So what did you guys see from Palmetto State Armory, or do you? Because you guys probably have a good relationship with them also. So
there's somewhat a good relationship. Well, I actually mentioned it earlier, although I didn't tie it to them. The amp from Live Free Armory is going to be rebranded as a Palmetto pistol soon, and that's pretty exciting.
Okay.
And honestly, Palmetto, I love them. I love the people there. They are great people at Palmetto State Armory. Every single person I've met there. We've spent a lot of time with them over the years.
Oh, yeah.
But it does get a little frustrating when they talk about, hey, the MP5 and all the other different guns. Some of them eventually become real, some of them don't. So I think that it's a neat new approach that they're taking, getting a functional, working, well-respected firearms platform and bringing it in so they can tweak it, make it their own, and come out with a new model. So that's a neat idea. I'm kind of wondering, based on the comments we're seeing about the Matador Arms, if Barnauls might have done something like that. And I know nothing about it, but knowing that I tend to look at Palmetto and Barnauls kind of similarly in that they started as retail and then they started bringing their own models to market and seem to be building momentum with that. I haven't seen the issues on the Barnauls side that I've seen with some of Palmetto, where they bring it to market and then it has problems and they have to fix it and bring a new model out, and but I wonder if that's not a new strategy that some of these brands are taking, of bring in a proven design instead of growing one from scratch.
I think the reason for that, and anyone who wants to chime in, but I think the reason for that is that Barnauls and PSA are completely different companies, even though they look on the surface to be similar. So Barnauls is almost like the Sears catalog of the gun world, and they've been around for a long time. And you're right, they were only retail, and at this point, in my opinion, they're still really only retail. They do have guns that they're that are branded with Barnauls on it, but they're not manufacturing anything.
Right.
I think the difference with PSA, which is a relatively newer company and was in retail, PSA is actually one of the largest firearms manufacturers in America that most people don't realize. And I think they're actually making stuff. And I think that's absolutely the difference. Yeah, so that's why
it's like Amazon.
Yeah, and they're not really making anything. And so therefore a lot of, and I'm not knocking them at all on this, but whatever they're putting out there is made by another company, and then they agree on those, because people always complain to me, well, why is their stuff so expensive? Well, because it's made by another company that they agree to that price, they buy it from that price, brand it, and then sell it to you. But I think something. Yeah, but I think the point Jeff is making here is probably a little better vetted before it gets out there. Whereas PSA, some things they put out and they just take off and they're great, but they're actually making those things. But as a manufacturer, they can pivot very quickly and address the problems with those things. Where in the long run, what we see with Barnauls, unfortunately, is that the stuff is expensive and never really gets cheaper, and then eventually is not available. Whereas PSA, they actually own those systems. They can develop them. Yep. I mean, look at the dagger that I was showing off here now. This thing is getting more popular than a Glock.
Yeah.
These days, and I've seen people that I never thought I would see rocking these things out there, rocking them. And so they are, you know, and I think initially there were some problems, like you said, Jeff, but they very quickly addressed those, fixed it, and they're expanding this like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
You know, from this platform. But I think it's because they're actually a manufacturer of things, and they spend more money manufacturing things than a lot of companies even earn.
Oh, sure.
In the firearms industry, yeah.
And I want to reinforce that I'm not beating up Palmetto. I mean, that's the manufacturing cycle. Is you can engineer and test and re-engineer and test. You go through all those cycles, and until you get it out there in a wider audience's hands, where they're doing things that the manufacturer didn't even think of, or you know, you don't realize where some of your potential failure points are. So it is what it is, and but it does make it a little tough. Like as gear reviewers, I honestly, it's an uncomfortable conversation with brands sometimes when they come out with new stuff and everyone's clamoring for it. I don't even talk to them. Like, why would I worry with that? I know it's an early sample. If it has any issues, we're going to have to explain it away as well. It's new and they're going to fix it and whatever. And it's going to be a lot of back and forth. And it's not worth the hassle.
It's usually a while till they actually get some in stock anyways.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think that's a bad... I think that's a good conversation to have. I 100% agree with you on that. I think any company that puts out something, when it first goes out there, there's always going to be problems. Whether you're talking about tech or things that are mechanical, machines, and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things that I think across the firearms industry, they're kind of guilty of this. They don't actually test things enough before they put them out there.
No. No, they definitely don't.
They don't. And there's a big network of people who will help you test stuff, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about...
For the simple cost of just send me the gun, I'll shoot the hell out of it.
Right.
Well, I'll even pay for my own ammo. You don't have to send me ammo.
Yeah, but there's different places. But guess what? There's different places,
I'll even sign an
different
NDA.
ammo.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, of course. I think they should do that. I think companies should do this more. Places like Gear Report, you know, other guys doing what I'm doing, what Patrick's doing, what the other content creators out there in the firearms industry. Pick your favorite ones, get in touch with them, and say, look, we're gonna financially help you do this. You've got an NDA. You're not doing this to like make videos. You can shoot videos and send us stuff. We want to see it, and help us test these guns before we put them out. I mean, how difficult is that?
All of us are. If you're in this. If you're making content or writing or anything like that, you're obviously opinionated enough that you're willing to share your thoughts about whatever you have in hand, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they, you know, I'm not trying to rant about it, but, you know, I think they should take advantage of this more. It's a huge resource that's out there that's available to the firearms industry if they would just consider this. Just consider it.
Yep.
You know,
Don't mind
and
me,
do
I'm just
it.
over here buffing my dong.
What?
I'm just over here buffing my dong.
Oh.
Trying to put some more finish on it, and
Oh man,
you gotta,
both of us were doing the same thing there.
Oh.
you gotta
That's how we started. That's how we started off the show right there.
Right. I told you, Dong Report. Come on, Jeff. You better get that URL right now.
I've already got the logo figured out for it, Jeff.
Oh boy. Okay,
Well, that
here we go.
looks
Another one
old
popping
school.
up. Yeah. Oh.
It does. I like old school stuff. Are you figuring that out?
Now here's
Yeah.
the question. Keep going. Oh, that's just an upper.
No, I can't. So here, it's only the top. This is an actual M16A1, but the lower is in the safe at Quarter Horse Arms because it's a post sample.
Oh,
I don't bring it home very often.
Oh.
But
Nice.
anyhow, yeah. How was
Yeah,
that
that's
for a way to get us off that weird
nice
topic?
post.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
But,
was
I
that
mean,
was that making you uncomfortable, Jeff? Now we're gonna stay on that. Oh, you should never tell me.
A little bit.
No, but
No,
I,
He should
but I
know
do
better.
want to. I want to show
The things
something here.
We've thrown Jeff down some rabbit holes before.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, which
Yeah.
one was he talking about? Was it when we were talking about Dong Report, or is it when we were talking about the industry needs to test
I
stuff
don't even
more?
know anymore.
We need to.
Yeah.
He's still upset about taking one for the team. He's going to take
Oh.
several for the team.
Yeah, that's not going to
He's-
happen. What I want to show here You know how much money people spend on getting Cerakote and other kind of coats with a battle-worn finish? This is what a real battle-worn finish looks like. This was reportedly a battlefield pickup from a combat zone in Asia that found its way to a stockpile in Africa and then eventually back to the U.S. And I got it as a kit and put it back together. And they were not allowed to bring the receiver. Everything but the lower receiver was able to come back to the U.S. And I'm actually waiting on a new Ghost Gunner 3 to show up so that I can make the new receiver for that. The one we did a test receiver and it didn't work out well. So I think we're going to have to. I don't know what the process is when you screw something up when you make it. And you have to like file with the ATF to say, okay, this post sample is being destroyed. We have to make a new.
Yeah, I think you just destroy it, right? As long as you destroy it,
whatever that
you have to
go through that process and destroy the one that we started with, because one of the disconnector pins is the hole's a little loose, so we're going to have to do a new one to make that correct.
Okay,
and then maybe I'll bring it to some events where we're outside shooting. We can play with
the Dremel. Okay, use the Ghost Gunner.
Okay, cool,
dude.
Cool.
I'm not above putting a little JB weld in there and get the pin where it needs to be and everything looks good, but everyone tells me that'd be a bad idea, so I'm going to trust everyone.
If it works, there's no bad ideas.
There is a company that drills the pinholes out on pre-sample. Well, they'll do it for a post sample if you really wanted to, but there's a company that'll drill out the pinholes on pre-samples and redo them with a metal with a steel bushing. Because after how many thousands of rounds, you're going to start egging those pinholes out.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And your $30,000 investment, you'd be real pissed off if that egg stopped your camera from following.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, I did find a picture of the Barnauls, blah, 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 the Montgo. What is this?
Montgo.
Where the hell did that name come from, for crying out loud? That looks interesting. Montgo.
It looks weird, distinct.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the same name. That's pretty much the same name you mentioned in the comments.
Yeah.
What?
From
What's it
Walther Arms.
Oh, from Manticore. Okay. Interesting.
So it's just some odd straight blowback 9mm. It looks
upper,
like.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it looks like?
Okay.
TJ, do you remember, wasn't it the first day on the show floor at SHOT Show, we went by that import company that had a bunch of, what do they call it, like an MDC or something, that it looked very much like that up on the wall. They were looking for someone to import it. I don't think they could have moved that quickly on that because they were at the very beginning of the import process.
Right.
But it looked that reminds me very much of what we saw from that company.
Big boxy upper.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if there's anything else that's come out lately. And I don't know. Actually, so at the gathering, I'm trying to think if I shot anything. I don't think I did. I don't think I shot anything.
I wanted to shoot the micro dagger, but
it wasn't
there.
Oh, it wasn't there? And then there's I didn't shoot anything. I did try out just a trigger. I didn't shoot it, but I did go try that Glock.
Oh God, Mark.
Is that what it
looks like? Oh, sorry, we got a minute left. It looks like Mark Omar is bringing out a Setme L in 300 blackout. I mean, if you have to have an old Setme, I guess you could put it in 300 blackout.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
what's up?
High Point's bringing out a 30 super carry High Point carbine.
Oh yeah, I think I heard about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Another option.
I don't think I shot the High Point 10mm yet. I really want to get my hands on
Hank,
one of
I'll
those.
tell you all about it.
Yeah, we've got one here. Shot it. Very heavy gun, but it works great. It works great, and it's heavy for
We held it at SHOT Show. We were over there, and I was like, man, this is a club.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it is. Oh, it's heavy. It's definitely a blunt instrument. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back here. You guys let us know what else you want us to talk about. We'll talk more guns.
With Armslist, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors. So when you're in the market, please consider Armslist. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Armslist.
Okay, so you know what? We should probably pull up gearreport.com and take a look at that, since we do have the guys
Oh, that would be awesome.
.com on the
Just
show.
like,
And by the
all my
way,
work I do.
yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know.
That website's amazing, actually.
Oh, really? Have you heard that? Have you? Let's take a look at it.
Right after I said it.
Okay, come on.
Watch, it probably won't load up. Jeff,
Yeah, here we go.
good
It's
job.
loading. Boom! There you go. There you go. It's loading. It's loading.
There we go. Look at that.
So there you go. This is obviously the mobile version, and there it goes. Modern guitar wireless.
Oh,
So-
God, the guitar stuff.
Got some guitar stuff in there. Yeah.
We got everything. It's all well. We're mainly guns and guitars at the moment, but I mean, if you scroll far enough, you'll see. Oh, Gear Report Swimming. That's one I didn't mention. And you were talking about the Sea Sucker. The channel that I have created but haven't launched yet is Gear Report Sailing.
Oh, Gear Report sailing.
Is-
Okay.
Hold on, let's go back real quick right there.
Wait. Go what back there?
That's not y'all's Humvee that, because I was
Oh, it
looking through
is.
the web video.
Yes,
Is that
it's Humvee.
your guys' Humvee that you built?
Yep.
Yeah.
Built. You guys built
How-
this?
what is-
Well,
I
I
went
got
sideways.
it from. I bought it from surplus auction, and one of the articles on that page should be that page or maybe the next one. I don't know.
Mhm.
There it is. It is for sale right now. So if anyone would like to buy it, go to Gear
Oh.
Report, find that article. You will see all the information you need on
So much
how
stuff in that
to
thing.
There
how
you
to
go.
make
You won't let
yourself
me do it.
poor
There's
by
no way.
buying it.
How much you want for it?
All the monies.
Oh, you
It
guys
is,
have you guys pimped it out. It looks like it has the
Oh, yeah.
It's got a
The
turret,
top
it's got two different
turret.
stuff.
Holy
It
shit.
does. It does. That truck is listed for $75,000 right now,
Okay.
and it's
All right.
actually. I had people tell me if I listed it for less than 85, I was insane. But I know what I have in it. I'm still making a little bit at 75, but I'm still
cool.
giving someone a good deal because it's the latest model. It's got the turret in the top, a swing arm in the
The turret,
passenger
I
front
imagine.
door.
Getting
It's got
getting a
turbo
turret,
AC.
Yeah.
Have AC?
getting it in that condition,
It's got two
like
ACs.
with that outfitting,
Yeah.
has to be difficult or expensive or both.
Both.
That's both.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the parts like the turret, not many of them make it out of the military, and you got to know the
No.
right people and have deep pockets, and you have to be willing to just say, "It's okay, honey. The kids don't really need to go to college."
That's fun.
And look how
Patrick.
cool it's going to be.
Tommy
if
V
you
don't
do
need to go
that,
to
you
no
have anything.
college.
The that turret.
Colleges
So,
is what
out of curiosity, I've never gotten to sit in one of those. How does
Mm-hmm.
that turret move? Is it motorized, or do you have to crank it?
That is a crank turret. So the first, this is my third Humvee. The first one had a soft top. The second one had a different type of turret that you would unlock it and then grab onto something and twist
just-
it. Yes,
Okay.
it was purely grab it and spin it around.
You can
This
spin it
one that I
around
have
quick.
now, I had an option to do the battery powered, and honestly, for what it would have cost, it wouldn't have been much more to do that. But it's an extra layer of complexity. You got to have the batteries and all the controllers and everything. I actually like the simplicity of just having the little crank. So that works really well.
Yeah.
There's something in that turret in the picture. Does anything come with it, or is it just the turret?
What's in it comes with it.
I don't know. There's
And,
some. It looks like some sort of full auto in that turret.
Probably not.
So probably in that picture, that's the display gun for car shows. We were sponsors of the Cars and Coffee, the biggest one in North Carolina. last year, and I took it most of the time. And I've got a little Airsoft 249 that sits up there. But if you go to our socials, you'll find videos. I've done 2 or 3 times so far, and actually we're coming up on. It should happen again.
Is this on your Instagram? Hold on, let me see.
Instagram, and there may be some on Facebook, but you'll find some videos from the U.S. Army Robin Sage. It's the final exam, so to speak, for the Army Rangers, and they have called me in a couple times to drive for them. They don't have for the cadre for Robin Sage does not have. Yeah, you have to scroll a ways to find that stuff. But should you happen to find it from a few months ago, you will find videos of Army Ranger candidates sitting in my turret with a 240 mounted shooting, and I get to drive around for them. Yeah, this is kind of a funny one, where I'm talking about living in suburbia.
And I'm guessing that's your Prius. Let's hold on to that thought when we come back. We're going to talk about that Prius.
We should. Everyone should talk about Prii. They're amazing.
They should sponsor Gear Report.
Oh yeah.
Toyota sponsors.
Yeah.
But literally, I take that.
It looks good though. This looks good.
I'll load up so me and a friend, we'll have 2 Humvees that are civilian owned and decked out, and we show up and they split a squad between the 2 of us, and they basically tell them we're role playing. We're kind of my family says that I go LARP with the Army, and it's pretty much true because they assign me as the driver, and they hand like the last couple times I went, my buddy Lars went, and they say to the squad, here are your 2 drivers. They've got vehicles outside for you. And then we run them through a series of assaults around town.
There
we are at SHOT Show.
Oh, it's fun. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and it is cool because they're firing blanks. We're actually driving around a small town in North Carolina when we do this, and we'll roll right through town, a convoy with the guys with their M4s or whatever it is they're carrying, sitting on the back fenders, hanging off. Like I want to yell at them, like, dude, if you fall off, I am the one who's going to get in trouble for this. I go into dad mode,
because
get your feet back inside, But we're rolling down the highway, and they're just hanging off the back of the truck, and we'll roll into wherever they're assaulting, and they start ripping with the 240 from the top. And
Battlefield Vegas right here.
We go to Battlefield Vegas after SHOT every year. And,
do you guys have you guys ever paid to crush a car? Like in that thing, we just saw a car being crushed.
No, we were there though several times.
Okay, yeah. It's too bad Walter's not here. Walter's still coming back from his train ride around America. But he's a military vehicle guy here in Florida, and in the military vehicle groups, you guys will get along pretty well. So if people are interested in buying your Humvee, how do they do that?
Send me an email. Go to the gearreport.com, gear-report.com. You'll find under the military vehicle section, or even on that front page, the article where the Humvee's for sale. I'd tell you what the email address is I put in there, but I don't remember. So it's probably like Humvee or Battle Wagon 3 or something.
Oh, do you want me to go back to that article? Let me see if I can go back there.
You could if you like. Whatever that email address is, send me an email, and we'll work
there's a lot of there's a lot here. I'm trying to see where. Let me go back to the article for a second. You've got the good, the bad. Yeah, very detailed reports on it in here. Oh, there's the turret, Patrick, you were asking about.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Jeff kind of does a good job on stuff like that. I mean, he's,
incredibly detailed pictures and
everything.
That's
the sunroof.
Oh, I went too far back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so somewhere in here there is an email.
I thought I had at the very top something with the email address, but
okay, let me see. Let's go all the way back up to the top.
If I didn't, then I need to edit and put it in there because
here you go. Inquiries info@gearreport.com.
Yeah, info. Okay, info@gear-report.com. Good.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember what email address I put in for that, but so it's pretty easy. You just show up with lots and lots of money, and you can have the truck.
And it can be yours.
What are you going to do with this money when you get this money? Are you gonna
well,
armor your Prius, or what are you gonna do?
This is my third Humvee project, and the assumption has always been that when I got this one quote done, that it'd go up for sale, and I'd cash out on that, go buy a new one from auction, and start over. But honestly, this is the most recent version. It's the top of the line. Like most National Guard units, and even a lot of active duty units, their Humvees aren't as nice as mine. So there's really nowhere to go from here as far as like I'm on top of the mountain. What am I going to do next? I don't know. I may. I'll tell you. I told you I've got the Sailing Gear Report channel queued up. I was doing a video for one of the biggest small catamaran racing channels a couple years ago. I may buy a race boat and go on the catamaran racing circuit. Who knows?
TJ is like, no thanks. I'm not getting out on that water. Yeah.
I don't like being in the water. But
I go fishing off the beach. I go fishing off the boat. Those are my options.
You put me on a little sailboat, I turn into Ricky Bobby, man. Like I want to go fast.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I end up flipping boats over, but whatever.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Whatever moves you. There's a lot of things out there. Yeah. What about a submarine? Submarine's awesome. Still in the military vein.
I don't know about that. I get claustrophobic, but I don't know. I may do another Humvee. I may move on to a different type of vehicle. I really don't know. I'm kind of
depends on what comes up in auction too. If something comes up in auction, you're like, oh, I gotta have that.
Oh yeah. I'll be like, nope, I'm not getting one. I'm not getting one, and then it'll be like, bam, hey TJ, guess what?
Guess what I just got?
What's the hot military vehicles right now? Is it? I'm trying to think. There was someone. A Growler. Someone was telling me about the Growler. Do you know that? Is it the Growler?
I know some people. A lot of people who do the Humvee stuff also kind of got into those. And the word that I've heard is that scarcity drives price. Is with collectors. It's there aren't a lot of them, and basically what I've heard is there's not a lot of them for a reason. Like they're little shit boxes.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's what I hear. I know some people who've bought them.
The size of my car.
Humvee people who've bought them and refurbed them and sold them, and they're like, dude, whatever you do, never buy one of these. So
yeah, isn't there so was the Growler British or no, it's US military, because I think that
scaled down to fit in the back of the helicopter. Like, was it the Osprey, the V-22 or something? It's smaller so that a Humvee's too big to fit in something like that, so they needed something a little smaller and lighter. But I think that as often happens with military contracts, they try to be all things to all people and include way too many requirements, and then it ends up not being good at anything.
I think that one of Walter's friends in the military vehicle thing, who was in the Marines, because I think the Marines had these, if I'm not mistaken, he actually says he's working on one right now.
Yeah.
So I think they're kind of cool. And these go, what do they do, about 65, 70 miles an hour? Or
I don't know. And I think they're neat. And I like anything that's kind of that shade of green and, old and's got dirt all over it. And I'm like, oh my God, look at that. So I think they look cool. I think
look
the
sexy.
Is neat. But the people I know, from a practical standpoint, I wouldn't want to own one just because the parts are almost impossible to get and things break. And plus, I'm 6'4", and they're not really made for someone my size.
You stick your head out the roof, it's fine.
Well, that's a good point.
No, they're very cool. But all of these things, this is how you spend money. I mean, good way to burn money down. So should we I want to talk about the Prius. Let's talk about this Prius, Patrick. What do you say?
Oh,
sure.
I think
back.
You know why I think it's interesting? Dan Hates You says the Growler is an overpriced M15A2 from Vietnam. No one liked those. There you go. That's from Dan Hates You. Gun guys with a Prius. Should we judge them? That's my question. Patrick, what do you think?
I don't know. I have no opinion on the Prius. I will say, I saw a video last night of the newer Priuses that have
they look good.
Solar in the roof that charges, and slowly charges, but also like powers your day-to-day like AC and radio. And I thought that was kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
It is a cool idea. We should have been doing a lot more of that already. I would say the new Priuses, what did you call them? Pre-i?
Pre-i?
Yeah.
Pre-i. They do look good. I mean, this is probably not the best color in the world, but look at that. That is a freaking Prius.
Yeah.
What in
That's pretty hot.
Even me, I would say this is a good looking car right here.
Yep, I'd buy one of those. My head would probably stick out the top though.
Yeah.
No. So tell us about your Prius journey, please, Jeff.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's you know, I have 3 vehicles. I have a conversion van, which you may see like at Iraq Veteran when we go to Eric's event in the fall. I will typically take the conversion van. I'll put down the back and I'll sleep in the back of that. And then I have friends who bring Humvees so that we have that, and I'll bring the big military command tent, and so that's one way to get around, and it serves a purpose. And I'm a scout leader. I work with the Sea Scouts, and the van's got a trailer hitch and pulls boats for the scouts. So I have that, and it serves a purpose. And then I have the Humvee because it's badass and it's cool, and I get to go LARP with the Army, and I can put money into it, and then when I sell it, I get my money back out, which you never do that on a vehicle, right? So it's a pretty cool kind of investment toy, but it's not practical. And, a lot of stuff that we do puts us on the road, driving around, going to events, going to visit factories and shows and whatnot. And I'm telling you, that little Prius, I'm on a tight budget sometimes, it depends on how many Humvee parts I have to buy in a given month, it lets me get around and not have to worry about the cost of transportation so much. So yeah, we actually have a fleet of Pre-i at my house.
The Pre-i.
Yep. And I
what is
also
a fleet?
really
you got 3 of them? 2 of them?
3. Yeah.
3.
We got 3. I enjoy that in the driveway. We have the Humvee surrounded by Pre-i. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't sound defensive at all about it.
No. Listen, like if gas was 99 cents a gallon, I'd be like, dude, that's stupid as hell. But when it's almost, I saw it was like $3.70 the other day. I'm like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
Prius is a good call, Jeff. Good call.
I'm pretty practical about it. If I cared what people thought, I would get defensive, but I know why I have them, and it fills the role that I need it to very well, exceptionally well. So I could give a rat's ass what anyone else thinks about it.
I'm just teasing you. And we are going to be very, I make fun of Priuses all the time, so I'm not going to pretend like I don't. But we are very shortly going to live in a world where a hybrid looks really good. I'm just telling you. Now, what's happened? Like I have 2. Let me see. Hold on a second. No. So right now I do have 2 electric vehicles, and I have one that's actually a van, and it's electric. And it doesn't have the range on it is very short, but so I guess the gun guys can go, oh, you're a gun guy, you have electric. Like when we hate things simply because, like, it's, for example, it's all the people who are mad at Bud Light. Okay?
Right.
Everyone who's mad at Bud Light. I saw someone talking about this, and we talked about Bud Light before. But, there was a guy that's like, hey, I like Bud Light. I'm going to still keep drinking it. I don't care who else is drinking it. If people could do those kinds of things and we stop doing things, if we're saying, oh, well, I won't own an electric car because the tree huggers, that's what they want us to drive. That doesn't have anything to do with things, right? There's what's practical or what you think is fun. I don't own an electric car because I'm trying to save the planet. I just think they're really powerful. In a lot of cases, they're powerful. In the case of the van, I think I have it because I'm living in a van world right now, and I want to see what's the future of what's going on here. And I think at some point we will have electric vans. The range is low, but for those of us who want to camp out in them and travel in them, that time is coming. But yeah, I don't look at it like, oh, these people say that I should like it, and I don't like those people, so therefore I hate it, kind of a thing. If that.
There's a lot of that going on with hybrids and electric vehicles where it's become politicized. And I'm a big technology person. And I see the timer. But I love the hybrid technology. It's brilliant and amazing, and it just happens to be in a little car that some people think looks funny. And it happens to that electric vehicles have been adopted by a political party, and it's part of the rallying cry. So anyone who doesn't like those politics, then wants to drive a diesel and crank up the injection pump so it's throwing black smoke everywhere. And I don't think that makes sense to me. I'm going to do what I want based on what I want. I'm not going to let other people's opinions and dictates in politics dictate what I do and why I do it.
Yeah, and the ironic part of that is, so for example, tonight, I know we got a couple of seconds, Fox News, which has been very anti-electric car, their big thing going on in the last 24 or 48 hours is that they have Elon Musk on the show tonight. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I was.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC.
Yeah, sorry, Patrick, you got cut off there. What were you saying?
No, I saw that he was going to be on tonight. I don't know what exactly. I saw a little bit about them discussing AI, but beyond that, I don't know exactly what they're going to be discussing.
Yeah.
But it was interesting that he's going to be on there.
I think it is interesting that he's going to be on there. And this is the weird thing about stuff and how people look at things, right? Because if we go back in the past of us as gun guys and what we're all supposed to believe, right, as gun guys, which everyone really believes something different out there. We're all human beings, even though we're gun guys. But if you really go back here a little bit in the past, everyone kind of hated, in our world, Elon Musk because he was a representation of the tree huggers. But then when he said things that come out looking more right-leaning, we're like, oh yeah, we love Elon Musk now all of a sudden, right? And so it's funny, like even on Fox News, they've been talking bad about electric cars. That's a big thing for him, but he's on, he's coming on the show. And now the left hates him. The left used to be all about Elon Musk, superhero, the real Iron Man. I remember he went on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan, who I like Joe Rogan. He's a man's man, as they say. Joe Rogan was wearing a pink silk shirt, like a little bitch. When Elon Musk came on there, that is how enamored with Elon Musk that he just couldn't, he didn't even know how to talk straight when Musk was on. So, and I think he's still cool, but what people don't realize is that there's lots of different things going on here, and one thing doesn't necessarily cancel out the other, or we need to pay attention to what's happening and what's the motivation really behind what people do and why they're doing it. But at individual things like electric cars or hybrids or different things that are in the world, we have to think, hey, is that practical? To me, can I use that? And now that we're trying to make these cars more efficient, we really do need certain things, like pickup trucks should be hybrids. Things like the vans, they really should be hybrids if we want them to get better gas mileage. I'm not saying that I care about that, but if we want that, and why is it? So, for example, if the van that I bought only has 110-mile range with the battery, why not put an extender on that thing and have it be able to go 400 miles? It could theoretically go 400 miles, which is better than my van I'm sitting in right now. Why is that so bad? What if I'm getting like a real cheap, the first 100 miles is real cheap because it's electricity, and then if I have to go some distance, then the rest of that costs me a little bit more, but I'm driving the same vehicle. Let's be practical about how we approach it. Let's not hate Elon Musk over here, not look into it. Then now we think he's on his side, so we love him. And the funny thing is, just to stick on him going on Fox News, he was talking about this. The other day he was on BBC. That's far left.
I saw that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that went viral because the guy basically did lie. Because the guy said, oh, since you took over Twitter, it's become more hateful. Did you guys see those?
Mm-hmm.
So the reporter said, you took over Twitter, it's more hateful. Musk said, okay, tell me one thing that's more hateful that you saw.
Give me evidence. And he was like, well, I don't have any.
So
funny.
But he came out, Musk said, hey, I went on BBC, that's far left. I'm going to go, or it's left. I'm going to go on Fox News, that's right. I'm going to do some stuff that's slightly left and slightly right and some stuff in the middle. And to me, I respect that because we don't see a lot of that nowadays of people trying to be balanced and looking at things. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, like, as far as Musk goes, I never hated Musk just because he's throwing up technology-wise, he's bursting us through, launching the rockets up there. I mean, he's got his Teslas floating around space somewhere. I mean, dude, who does that? Who can do that? But as far as there needs to be a balance. I mean, like I've got an F-250 diesel.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for it to get a little better diesel mileage, but you start messing around. There's a balance between, all right, I need to be able to haul crap versus saving diesel. I don't, if I can't haul crap, I don't care about saving diesel. I need to haul stuff.
Yeah.
So,
there's
that. It's different for everybody.
Yeah. And there's also a wall that we're going to run into with combustion engines, right? I think even Honda came out not too long ago and said they've really hit a wall with what they can do with a 4-cylinder. That's a big deal.
Yeah, when Honda says it.
Yeah, when Honda says we've hit the wall of how efficient and powerful and all of that we can make a 4-cylinder, and so if we're going to... Now, I don't know. I don't know what we do about that, right? Eventually we run into these walls on things if people aren't putting laws on top of it. And then it just comes down to, what do people want? Do we want more range or do we not care? Don't develop cars. Go, Patrick. I think you got something.
No, I think laws are the evil of stifling creativity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I truly believe that. Maybe for a 4-cylinder they have reached peak performance because you can only eke so much out of 4 little pistons, but I still think there's plenty of things that could be done. That
like a V8 or
yeah, 6 turbo V8 dual turbo. I don't know. There's other ththings that can be done, and they're just either impractical, too expensive. There's a lot of things.
At some point, we're just putting turbos on it. Like, what are we going to put? Like, we're going to have a 4-cylinder with 6 turbos on it.
You use another one turbo for each cylinder. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Some cars have that. They have, levels of turbos.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still... I do feel like there are more things that can be done, and maybe hybrid is the way to go. To be perfectly honest, back when Ford was making a hybrid Explorer, I actually really wanted one because I thought it was awesome. It was the best of both worlds in my mind. And then they only did it for a couple years, and then just stopped making them.
It was too early.
And that was the older body style that actually looked good, not this new body style that looks ridiculous.
I really thought the Volt was an amazing car. I don't know why it just...
Chevy Volt? That's the one that catches fire, right?
The Chevy... No, the Bolt... No, the Bolt... The first electric one they made did have problems, yes. There were some issues with that
There's one
battery.
that they currently tell you not to park in your garage because it'll catch fire.
I think that's the Bolt. But they fixed those issues. The Volt was the one that even Jay Leno had one, and that was a hybrid. So you can drive a certain distance. If you weren't going that far to work, you could just plug it in at your garage every day and really not have to use the gas in there. And then when you went on long trips, obviously that area, I would say, even though there's other hybrids, I think, before Prius, you can correct me if I'm wrong there, Jeff, but Toyota really improved on that particular segment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so for example, I think I want to say that it is Ram was about to come out with a new pickup truck that you had an option. I think you were going to get like 250 mile range out of it, and then you were going to be, or 300, and it was going to be able to go up to 500 miles. Can you imagine that? A Ram pickup truck that could do 500 miles. You know how it was doing it? It had a battery, and then it had an extender. So some kind of small engine was going to come on and recharge that battery and get you to 500 miles, and they were going to put it out. And I thought that was really... I'm a fan of Ram. I had a Rebel. Well,
shit-can the idea or something?
Yeah, they shit-canned the idea because of these stupid-ass laws. You can only get the money from the government if you do pure electric. So now they're just putting out what they say is going to be a 500-mile battery. That's going to be very heavy and incredibly expensive.
Probably no truck bed. That's the whole truck bed is the battery.
Yeah. You know, and it's a shame that we're doing that because what they were doing before was going to be a hybrid, and I would have thought that this is really cool.
Hybrids. I mean, my daughter's got one of those Mavericks, the new ones, and that thing is. I mean, it's neat. I was like, how do you know how many? And it tells you how many electric miles you have, and it charges the battery as they break and stuff like that. And we were driving around Satellite Beach just electric. And I was like, man, this thing's so like they snuck up on me. They pulled in. I was like, oh my god, you're here. They're like, oh yeah. Like,
there's something.
We're not on the highway. This is electric.
Yeah, there's something to say for that ability that you get with electric. This is what I like about Musk. With building the Teslas, they didn't just go, we're saving the planet with this. They made a cool car, cool technology, very powerful, very fast. That's why a lot of people are interested in it. You know, and I think that's the way you need to go. Look at the Chevy Corvette Stingray. That is a hybrid. It's got a little battery in there, okay? Motor up front, and the engine's charging it back up. So I think
they just sold the first one. I texted you that.
Oh, that was the one that they sold at the auction for like $1 million bucks.
The one that I texted you over the weekend. They sold SKU or VIN 0001.
Yeah.
And what I tell you, 1.2 million or something.
Yeah, yeah. What? But if you think about it, that's a cool car. I was looking at it, so. You could pull out of your driveway in your neighborhood and be really quiet and not annoy the shit out of your neighbors, which sounds like fun until you have to live with those people for a long time. But you can pull out of there completely quietly on electricity, and then you can get into it and you can run just the engine, the V8, or you can run with both of them and have all-wheel drive and have like what will be the most powerful Corvette ever.
Instant torque.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the coolness, I think, is what I'm looking at those things that makes me go, oh, this is really cool. Look at the Tesla Model S Plaid and how it was an American. This is what a lot of people forget, by the way. Tesla, American company, is making something that was beating Lamborghinis and Ferraris and the most powerful cars in the world. 0 to 60, quarter mile, whatever, beating them. You know, it's still doing that, right? You know, it's the fastest production car in that price category, which is right now is about, you can buy a Model S Plaid for $105,000.
Way cheaper than a Lambo.
Yeah, way cheaper than a Lambo. You know, so just I think that cool part of it is what we should look at here. Armin and Axis says, let's be practical. The electricity that charges the car is probably produced by coal or natural gas.
It is, yeah. So you're not saving the planet, I would say. That's why I think hybrid is a more interesting approach. I've always thought that hybrid is a far more interesting approach than all electric. Because all electric, it's a gasoline engine is more efficient at producing power than it is to produce at your local coal plant and push it down a power line and have it jump through hoops to get to you. Having it charge a battery at the same time, and then the battery helps take over when you're cruising the highway or maintaining speed. I think, to me, that is a smarter, it's always been a smarter technology in my book.
I agree, and there's things we can do. So, for example, you don't have to have an engine. Our engines don't have to run off of gasoline. They can run off of compressed natural gas and be 50% more clean.
That's something that... That's another thing that I'm thinking, like in my brain, we've never fully explored alternative fuel sources. I don't think.
The technology is already out there for that. There's kits you could take a Mustang and switch it over to compressed natural. You could pretty much do that with any car. Any car that existed. Yeah.
I had a Chevy. It was an old Schwann's truck that ran off of natural gas.
Yeah.
And then I had to convert it to actual gas because I was going to use it to haul stones and stuff like that. But they're out there.
Yeah, and every American car manufacturer makes in other parts of the world, right? So in Europe, Africa, South America, they make cars that run off of compressed natural gas and propane. Every American car company already does that. That technology has been around for a long time. And you're right, we're not pursuing that kind of stuff But and I think I think that's the problem with how we look at things, and we're kind of like missing the boat, and that's happening on both sides. That people are doing that. Like Jeff said, it's practical. Like if you could save money when you're traveling, you could buy more guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and you fold the back seat down. I can put full-size gun cases in the back of the Prius. I can stack so many guns in the back of that car. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's I love it. Just second generation Prius. They're getting old, but they were the best model in my opinion.
Pull up, Hank. Pull up that picture of the Prius again, the modern new.
Oh,
new
the new sexy one.
That's my only problem that I've ever had with the Prius. Yeah, see, that doesn't look terrible.
No, my problem with them is they're not good looking cars. But this is a good looking car right here.
That's Tesla looking.
Yeah, that looks sleek and modern.
I think in a lot of ways that looks better than a Tesla. I would say
the front looks better.
Yeah, the design of that is
the sides and the back look like a Tesla.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think they've like that particularly to me I would buy. I would say like other Priuses. So that's one thing that I'm if I don't like the face of something, I'm not buying it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I never thought that it was. Would you get the new sexy Prius, Jeff?
Would I?
Yes.
I don't know. I got to see how it does from a longevity standpoint, because the second generation are the closest to bulletproof. The third generation throw head gaskets at about 100,000 miles. The fourth generation has got a set of issues. It's just crazy that it comes back to the earlier discussion about if you're an early adopter of any new model, new maker model, you got to go through those growing pains, and I'm fairly reticent to take on growing pains like that for a daily driver. I drive one of the most impractical vehicles on the road, so it's not that I won't do that. It's that the role that I have the Prius for, it just needs to work.
Imagine if we could like hybridize some of our favorite cars like that. Imagine if you could do that to a Humvee.
Yep. Yeah,
and there's different game. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yep. But the part that's a shame to me is the politicization and tribalization of some of these ideas. I'm very practical in terms of technology and looking for better solutions. And I really don't care what the politics behind it are. Like electric vehicles, I see so many people that are just incredulous about electric vehicles because of politics. Well, I don't like the way they're being pushed right now because we don't have the infrastructure for that much electricity. So to what Patrick was saying earlier, man, I was giving you virtual high fives over here on the whole laws are not the solution idea, because I'm a huge free market person, and let the people decide, let the market decide what technologies, what solutions, what products get the most momentum, unless there's just something completely heinous about them. But the way that the federal government is pushing electric right now concerns me, because I feel like it's not for practical technology reasons, it's for political reasons, and they're actually doing more harm than good because they're turning people off, and the power grid isn't ready for it right now.
Oh yeah,
and I think that's a massive shame, because the only big problem I have with electric, and it's a huge problem, is in an impact, you have the potential for massive short circuits and everyone just being fried, and emergency personnel. I mean, I know some firemen that have told me, our training is, if you come up on a Tesla that's been in a real accident where it's bent, we're not going near it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't want any part of the one. I don't know how much power is running through it. I don't know if it could short and kill you. But two, batteries catching fire, that's a problem. That's a big problem.
I think it's highly unlikely it's going to short out and kill you. And also, these
Most
are the safe.
likely.
These when they do the crash tests on these, which that's a law in America. I know we don't like laws. I'm with that, not liking laws. Part of those laws, we have to do crash tests and meet, cars. So cars now are built to the crash test laws, right? So if you look into Teslas, you'll find that they're the safest cars, and they actually build them beyond the crash test laws. So case in point, the doctor. Remember that? The doctor in California that tried to kill his family drove the Tesla off a cliff. Everybody survived. Inside the Tesla. He drove it off a cliff. You can look that up. So it's not necessary. I mean, every car is dangerous, Like a regular car, if it gets into the right accident, it could blow up.
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's the bullpup argument that people give me all the time. As a bullpup guy, the other firearms guys, gun guys, are like, oh, that bullpup, that bullet's right near my face. I know what's gonna happen. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's every gun you shoot, there's a massive explosion going on in there that's not far from your face.
Yep.
We've all had it out of battery one time.
How can you stand to be around people who don't like bullpup?
I don't know. I have to deal with it, but
no one needs that kind of negativity.
I wonder, Jeff. I wonder.
Yeah. Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah, I'm not. Jeff, dude, everything that is bullpup, Jeff would stop and look at SHOT Show, and I like as soon as I walk by.
Oh, Jeff, you're my dude, man. Give me a high five. Give me a high five, brother. Boom. Yeah, Patrick isn't saying shit right now.
He would walk by and he would look over and be like,
right back. We're coming right back.
The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran owned and with over 20 years experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, HankStrange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com.
Yeah, I think, I know we're not for laws, but I think by law, every gun guy should own...
Right, baby. Give me a second.
Yeah, every gun guy should own a bullpup by law.
All right, I'll put it on my list. I don't own one, but Jeff, he loves the bullpups.
Oh, what's coming out here?
Oh, geez.
Hey, I was kind of depressed. I just ran into the gun room to check, and I'm like, crap, I think I've only got 2 bullpups right now.
What? What is this? What are you looking at? Is this the 12 gauge?
Yeah, it is. It's a 12 gauge from Radical. Mm-hmm. It's the NK1. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Mm-hmm. There we go.
You are.
This looks good.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm not a huge shotgun guy, but I saw this and was like, most bullpups are all plastic, and this is a, aluminum chassis, and I like it. I love bullpups.
Yeah.
I had a Mosin Nagant bullpup for a while.
Oh.
I mean, you talk about you think talking about Priuses gets people triggered. Bring out a bullpup.
Now that was a kit. That was a kit, though, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. See that I don't necessarily. I don't hate on bullpup kits, but those I don't collect. I don't collect kits of bullpups. Because I like the guns. I like the guns that were made purposely meant to be a bullpup. Yep. That's what I think.
You're a Tavor fan, huh?
Yeah, Tavor. I've got several.
You can make an argument that every gun wants to be a bullpup. It's not their
this
fault
is true.
that some
this
of
is
them
true.
are not born.
You saw that conversion kit for the AR-15, didn't you?
Right.
The one company had it.
Oh, there's several that are out there. There's several conversion kits.
Jeff was all over it.
I think one of my coolest bullpups is an AK-74 that is a bullpup from Century Arms. Now, that was a kit that Century Arms imported the gun and made it, but Century Arms put it out as a gun. So I kind of give that one a pass. But this is a bullpup right here, by the way. Like I said, I've showed this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any other bullpups in the van. Yeah, the Zip 22 is a bullpup. Yeah, it doesn't work. It does fire. Patrick was able to get it to fire. Yeah. I got this brand new, never fired, and I refused to fire it because I was collecting it, and then Patrick fired it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, he got mad that I didn't fire it, and he decided it has to be fired. Oh, Chromie V is awake and crying.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Marley left me with a hungry baby.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
She knows you don't have the parts for that, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, nope.
He's like, oh no, watch me.
He ran to Walmart and left me with a hungry baby, so I got to keep him calm.
You'll survive. You'll survive. We'll get him on the show.
He's just hungry.
Yeah, we're just talking about bullpups, huh?
Those are the fun phases.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. Can we show the baby in the full screen? Here we go. Boom.
Oh, hold on. He just puked a little bit.
And right then right away, automatically.
Can't be that hungry.
Yeah. By the way, for anyone who's wondering, yeah, they do have the same shape head. Yeah. Yeah.
And I have no towels nearby,
That
so
is
I'm just
definitely
going to like vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So why do you not like bullpups, TJ? Why do you not like bullpups?
I'm an aesthetic guy, and I like the AR is a sleek looking gun and all that. And I look at the bullpup, I'm like, all right, what the hell happened here?
Bullpups look good. How dare you?
Did Keltec think of this?
Did who think of it?
Keltec think of this?
Keltec makes some of the best bullpups that exist. So.
I know the RBD is awesome.
Yeah.
No, I look at
the RFB. The RFB is a technological triumph.
Right.
Okay.
I just don't like to look at them. It's one of those. I started off on Milsurp because I was poor college kid, and then then I branched off into the AR-15, and then once I was an adult, I was like, I can buy whatever I want. So I buy AR-15s, and I still do not, to this day, I don't have a bullpup yet. But I'm gonna have to buy one. It's probably gonna be a Tavor because that's the only one I really like shooting.
A Tavor or what is it? The X95 is good.
Okay.
I think the X95 is a good one. There's a lot of good...
I've fired a bunch of them, and I'm like, the Tavor was like, okay, this one isn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that one.
But the Keltec Keltec RBD. Yeah. That is rearwood RDB. Rearwood downward.
I don't know where they come up with that stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm saying it wrong. I can't believe.
Rifle downward ejecting.
Rifle downward, downward ejecting.
Rearward downward bullpup.
Yep.
He's like a California Democrat
straight out of Mims out there. They're talking.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Flying Rich. He says hi, TJ, and the other guy. That's from Flying Rich.
What's up, Rich?
Yeah. Yeah. The RDB. Rearwood downward
rifle
RDB.
Yeah, rifle downward ejecting bullpup. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That is a pretty good gun, actually.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I've seen that one. I haven't fired that one. I bought the SU-16, and I was greatly disappointed, so I got rid of that one.
Oh, the only problems I've run into with the RDB is I don't know if they ever did anything about it, but if you suppress it and you shoot it with a GI mag in there, it'll unseat the mag. I don't know if that's still an issue or not. But if you're using P mags, you don't have any issues. Yeah, this is why Keltec doesn't talk to me, by the way, because I made a video when it first came out.
Before production.
Yeah.
It was fixed before the first run of production. You had a pre-production sample.
Oh.
This is why Keltec doesn't talk to you. Is because
that's not true. That's not true.
That was production. That was a production rifle. That came out. That came out of the one that I got because we were doing stuff with them all while they were testing the guns before they actually came out.
The one that I shot that you had the can on when we first met was pre-production.
But I didn't actually do a video on it until they were producing them, and I got one off the shelves that was going out.
And that one failed.
That's what had the. I don't know. Like I just showed what it was doing, and I didn't really think it was a failure. I still thought it was a good gun and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't
have enough QD points. Well.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. It doesn't have any.
Yeah.
There's no QD points on it.
I mean,
that's valid. Come on,
because they have one grip for all their guns.
Yeah,
it drives me crazy.
This is true.
Like, really?
The grip texture they use is not like it's not worth going on every single gun.
No, it's on every one of them though.
Yeah, that's called the Gator Grip. The Gator Grip. Flying Ridge says Kel-Tec does not talk to you because of the QD points. Yes, because in the QD points I said whatever engineers sat around the table, and this is exactly what I said. I said whatever engineers sat around the table in the design process here and refused to speak up about the QD points must be from the 80s. So they thought I was talking about Kellgren, which I personally think that George Kellgren is like the greatest firearms engineer that is alive. That's what I think about him. I was not designer. Designer.
Not a perfectionist.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I mean, I think he's awesome. I think Kellgren's awesome. I put Kellgren above Kalashnikov personally. I put him above Kalashnikov. I don't even... Huh? Yeah, I don't think Kalashnikov made anything either. So the only one I put above him is Browning.
No, there's nobody will ever out Browning. Ever.
Yeah. So, but they did get mad. They thought I was talking about Kellgren, I guess, because I said the 80s. But basically, I said the 80s because, how long have we had QD points on guns, please, gentlemen?
Yeah. Too long.
Yep.
How long have we been doing QD? But I think what happened was, because, when you do these molds, it's tough to go back if you didn't realize it and go, oh, shit, we got to put a QD point in the mold.
Mm-hmm.
That's expensive.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Gen 2. Yeah. We'll do it on Gen 2.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, some people don't care for QD points. I don't know. Do you guys care?
I remember...
No, you got to have them on everywhere.
Oh, okay.
When I bought my first suppressor, the Gen 2 Sub 2000 wasn't a thing yet. Mm-hmm. So you had to send your Sub 2K out to someplace like Cyclone something, and they would thread it, and it was a massive pain in the ass to get that barrel threaded because the meat was too thin, the barrel wasn't thick enough. It was a huge pain in the ass. And then they fixed it. They put M-lock and threaded barrel and a bunch of other stuff on Gen 2, which was way better than Gen 1. Mm-hmm. And I still got rid of it really quickly because I didn't like it that much.
The Gen 2.
I bought one and had it for like a month and then sold it. I did a video on it. I bought it, did a video on it.
Out.
And I'm spoiled because I have an MP5, and I was like, it's just, why should I have this when I have an MP5? And then I sold it.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
You guys have some opinions on this? What do you guys... What's your favorite or least favorite Kel-Tecs? Go ahead. I'll tell you guys, too. The ones I don't like and the ones that I do like.
I mean, I've had a bunch of them. I don't like... I mean, I like the KSG.
Mm-hmm. Oh, KSG is awesome.
Mm-hmm. I love the KSG, and then I actually like the... I'll probably get some hate from this because it has the crappy grip, the PMR. Because I've got the
PMR is nice.
I've got the CMR and the PMR just because they take the same mags, and that's the only reason I bought them. And they're all in a bug out bag with about 1,000 rounds of 22 mag, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
22 mags is a dope little round.
Yeah, PMR and CMR, they're great. Just don't overload your mags. Don't get that rim lock. But for that, instead of doing 33, instead of doing 33 rounds, I do like maybe 20 something rounds.
Yeah, and I was great. I like that SU-16 was awesome with that. They had the forend grip or the forend that it folded out to a bipod, and I was like, this thing is so freaking flimsy. I was like, I'm getting rid of this gun. Like I had it like a day. I went to shoot it, and I was like, I'm out of here.
You know what's my least favorite Kel-Tec? I still have it. The PLR-16.
Oh, dude.
That's the pistol one. Pistol. The pistol, and you could shoot it, fold it, and all that kind of stuff. But here's my problem with it. The Picatinny rail that's running on top of the barrel and everything is polymer, right? It's running over the barrel. If you put an optic on that rail, okay, and God forbid you're a heathen, and you tighten your optic because you're a heathen and you worship the devil, guess what won't work? Your gun won't work. And I found this out the hard way because the gun was not working with that thing, and I kept sending it to them, and then eventually, it would come back, and they're like, "Oh, it's perfect." And then I would go put my, because you take your optic off when you send it to them. So then I'll go put the optic. It doesn't work. I send it back, and then they'll fix it. Said like, there's nothing wrong with it. And then I put the thing on. It's not working. Eventually, they said that's not meant. Listen to this. They told me that's not meant for an optic. You can't tighten anything on there. Because if you tighten it, it's piston driven. And if you tighten it, you tightening on top of that is crunching in on the barrel enough to interrupt it.
Polymer can only go so far. Sorry, guys.
So what's supposed to go up there then?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing. It's for looks.
Yep.
So you're talking about the Han Solo gun, the PLR?
Yeah, the PL. I love it. I haven't gotten rid of mine, but yeah, I don't shoot it anymore because I was like, oh, this is totally useless then. Can't put an optic on it. You're only supposed to use the optics they send with it, which like Patrick is saying, come on, who
Flip
does
off
that?
sights or something.
Yeah.
Right.
So for me, Caltech, the one that frustrated me the most, because I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, that is so hot. It's the CMR. But then I got my hands on one, and I'm like, what is all this plastic crap? You know, the little charging handle is plastic, and it's like flimsy, and the whole thing bends around. And I'm like, you were so close to having something awesome, and you did this from a couple little, like, not design choices, but implementation choices. Like, you
those are not as popular as they should be. Yeah. Those are not.
Yep.
Yeah, that did have a lot of promise because it's so lightweight. So lightweight, you know, retractable stock.
Such a cool looking little gun.
So did anyone, which I know you shouldn't, this is probably what you're going to say, Jeff, you shouldn't have to do this, but did anyone make like replacement parts for that? That are actually
sure they
metal?
did.
I sure hope so.
That's one of the reasons why I got rid of my Sub 2K. It was a $400 gun, and I was like, oh, this is cool. But to get it where I wanted it to be was another...
Spend about another $600.
$500 or $600 to add like things on top, things inside.
Okay, so let me ask this. I don't know if the Gear Report guys have done a thing on this yet. Who was it? Who did a thing? Was it Smith & Wesson? Did Smith & Wesson do it better?
Copy?
Yeah, with their copy of that than Caltech? Has anyone tried it? I haven't tried. You know, Smith & Wesson recently came out with a sub 2000. No, there is the shotgun.
Oh, the folder. The folder. I saw that.
The folder. Yeah. Have you guys tested that yet?
I didn't get to fire that one.
Okay.
I didn't get to fire that one.
Okay.
I know the shotgun was an epic fail.
It was?
Is that bad?
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't shot that either. Well, I mean, Ruger did a better version of the what is it? The
P3AT.
Yeah, P3AT.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
no shame there. I love that thing. If I'm wearing basketball shorts and I want to run somewhere real quick, I'll throw that in my pocket. I love it. It's lightweight enough.
Yeah. I've met a lot of people that love those guns. They are
They're awful to shoot. Absolute atrocious little pigs to shoot.
Well, because as a 380, this is probably the reason why Jeff hates a 380. You can't hit anything with that 380. And that
you got to be real freaking close.
Yeah, that gun actually made me not like a 380. You know, I remember that. Like, I remember doing things with it, and it was like not accurate, and I was like, oh man, I don't. So if you guys remember when Glock came out with the Glock 42 that was in 380, I remember saying, oh yeah, I'm not. And all gun guys are like, oh, this is terrible. Why do it in 380? I went to SHOT Show Media Day. Okay, remember Gunny? God bless him. Yep. You know, Gunny, I was talking to him at the media booth at SHOT Show, and he was like, oh, did you try the Glock 42? I was like, no, I'm not shooting that damn anything that's 380. I don't want that. And Gunny said to me, listen, you know, I don't like 380 either, but for me, because it's me, can you just go shoot it and then come back? If you hate it, tell me you hate it or whatever. I went to shoot that thing. I was hitting all day. I was like, oh. What is this magic?
Right size. That's the proper size for a 380.
That one Glock did right. Because I bought a Glock 42 after that, and I didn't get rid of that until the 43 came out. And then I carried the 43 for a long time.
That's the reason why they brought the 42 out first, is if they brought the 43 out at the same time, the 42 would have never sold. Because the 43 is the correct size gun. The correct caliber and the correct size.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about the Glocks 22? What was that? What was the 44? Glock 40. What was the 22?
22 LR.
The 22 long rifle. That one, my brother's got one, and like the gun, I like we have mag issues and feed issues nonstop. Mm-hmm. I think the magazine needs to come a little farther along because it's. I mean, I'll stack it up there. I've used 8 or 9 different kinds of ammo, and we always have failures of feed or something. Mm-hmm. I'm like.
Have you, off chance, have you shot the Taurus TX22?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
That's amazing.
See,
what do you guys think about that one?
What's really funny is the Glock is a $500 .22, and the Taurus is a $220 .22.
I had no issues with the Taurus.
Yeah.
Never had an issue. And it's what, 17 rounds, 15 rounds or something? It's a huge magazine.
Yeah. I had no issues with it.
The Taurus is awesome.
Yeah. We ran, like, there's a video somewhere where we're just shooting 22s, me, Walter, Patrick, I think maybe even Flying Rich was there, and the only 20, like, we shot 22 handguns, right? Mm-hmm. Different things. And some of them, like the Smith & Wesson 22 is all good, but the TX 22, awesome. Glock 22, problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
plus if you wanted a barrel, you had to get the entire threaded barrel for another $200 or something. Instead of going with the Walther design where you just unscrew the end and put the thread adapter on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shame on them.
Yeah.
They're the Apple of the gun world.
Yeah. Did you want to chime in on this, Jeff? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go.
Nope. Go ahead.
No, I didn't. Yeah, go for it, Jeff.
So I'll talk about Glock in general. The strangest thing is when Gear Report started, initially it was Jeff's kayak reviews. And then I blew my shoulder up and was like, ooh, I'm too narrowly focused. You know, I was out of commission for 8 months. And went Gear Report because it was generic, and then started doing some hunting stuff. When I started getting into the firearms industry, Glock was like, the holy grail of I have to work with this company. And it's so ironic that now I see them at events all the time. I don't think I've cut through their booth before. I've never stopped and talked to anyone. I just don't care. Like, I have a Glock 17. If I need a full-size carry gun, that's what I'm carrying. Mm-hmm. Okay, probably. Well, before I got the 10 millimeter here, but that's another story.
You can show it to us. Go ahead, show it to us.
Well, we're about out of time.
You got 26 seconds. Come on.
Okay, here we go. This is from Graham Power. It is the P40L. I'm trying to get the light on it right here.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I think so too.
It's a polymer. It's a polymer lower and a just massive slide up top. And
yeah, I think someone was showing me a picture of that the other day. We're going to take a quick break here, and we're going to be right back after this.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com.
All right, so awesome. Sorry about that there. You know, we're having too much fun, actually. That's the problem. Because
that's all right.
We're just getting into the whole freaking show has gone by. Oh, yeah. You know, and I didn't get into I didn't get more into Elon Musk. I do want to talk about that, but you know, I think his thing on Fox News was at 8:00, and I would rather actually watch it and then come back and talk about it another day with you guys out there. But I mean, this show has gone really fast, and I think that's because there's been an awesome conversation with Jeff and TJ from Gear Report, right? That's what you guys need to look for. gear-report.com. Mm-hmm. And so here's what I want to do here since we're wrapping up at this point. Hold on. Dan Hates You says, Taurus makes a better gun than Glock. What is the world coming to? It happens occasionally.
Yeah, that TX-22 is...
It's awesome.
I'll shoot that thing all day.
Yeah, it's awesome. So here's what I want to do. I want to give everyone here a chance to tell you guys, you know, how you can follow them, support them, all that kind of stuff as we wrap up here. And truly, I do want you guys to go out there and support these folks. I'm going to start with my friend Patrick BabyFace P. Go
YouTube.com/BabyFaceP or Instagram's baby_faceP Utreon. I'm still going to continue calling it Utreon. If you go to babyfaceP.com, it will redirect you to Utreon, which is now
Playeur.
New video just went live a couple hours ago. Let me see if I'm in frame. If you guys want to see the beginnings of how to turn an old ACH helmet into a more modern ACH helmet. That went live today. Next week, hopefully, yeah, I'm going to get the bandsaw out, and we're going to cut that ACH into a high cut ACH. So,
okay.
That'll be coming up.
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. And then I don't know which one of you. I'll let both of you guys do it. So maybe we should start with TJ. If people want to follow you specifically, TJ, how do they do it?
Oh, gear-report.com, everywhere, all over the webs, Instagram, Facebook.
Okay, you're not like Gear Report TJ or something like that.
No, I'm working on that. I don't want to branch off and take any thunder from Jeff.
Right. Okay. All right. There you go. So Jeff, what do you got? Are you going to say the same thing?
Well, I want to protest. I don't think you can have me on the screen with something that says words of wisdom. That's just, I respect your audience too much.
You are going to have to. One of you is going to have to do the words of wisdom here in a second.
Yeah. No, you already said it before. Gear-report.com, and then all the different places where Gear Report. Either one word run together or with a dash in between Gear and Report, whatever. We're everywhere like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Check these guys out. They have lots of good stuff going on. Before we get to the words of wisdom, I want to thank everyone from all over the world actually listening to the podcast here. Yeah. I mean, I think what episode was this, man? We're something like 18 episodes away from 1,000 episodes. Ooh. I don't know of anyone else in the firearms podcasting world that's hit 1,000 episodes. I might not make it. One of those people might assassinate me before I even get there, but we are working on it. We are working on it and getting there, and that's because of all the people who tune into the show, who watch it here, they watch it on YouTube, they listen to it. So I appreciate you guys for doing that all over the world, as well as all the people who support the podcast. So and I would appreciate if you guys go out there and support the companies that support us. Words of wisdom from TJ.
Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Okay,
I do like that one. Good one.
Jeff, this was better than what you had going. Yes, okay. Jeff is frozen or something.
I mean, technically, I'm the director of snacks and beverages at Gear.
Oh, okay.
Jeff labeled me as, so I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, is he frozen? Did you think
he's there?
No, I'm looking at the other screen trying to find some words of wisdom because I don't have any original thoughts of my own.
No, okay, you don't have it. Okay, so we're just going with Jeff, with TJ. Sorry, TJ. Like TJ said, you got to start early. You got to start drinking early. There you go. Thanks everyone for joining us. I think I'm not sure if we're doing a show Wednesday or not. We'll see. When we get down to that. If not, I'll see you guys on the next show. We are out of here. I got to make sure I hit all the right buttons. Big thanks to Playeur for hanging out with us. We had Ed of Playeur. Yeah, Playeur. And hit the button.